in this industry where it's very much focused on performance metrics, it's great to listen to a call, but it's even better to actually watch what is going on behind the scenes. There's a great interest in actually looking at what these agents are doing, so you can actually try and identify where the systems are letting them down, where the processes are letting them down. It's all well and good listening to a phone call, but you don't see everything else that's going on behind the scenes. So, you know, how an agent is navigating around the system, what are they doing with their time? Are they actually focusing on the customer, or are they browsing the internet and doing things they shouldn't be doing, like, you know, responding to personal email? It's one of those tools that, because it's there, it does help us identify flaws in the system, and it also I think by virtue of that, it's going to help with productivity, absolutely. One other application that we found in our own business was, you know, when an agent said they did something and they can't remember all the steps they went through, we've actually used Spector to go back and show that person and said, look, this is where we're at, so let's try and identify what went wrong. At what point did your system crash, for example? Or what point did the software just do something it wasn't supposed to do? Right. So we've also used it in you know, to try and help us identify where things are going wrong. I've actually had staff who've come up to me and said, look, I've lost something on my computer, I don't know what happened, can you just get Spector out and just show me what happened? Where did I save that file? It is very useful. I mean, I've used it with every new employee that comes through my company. I actually show them the software and I say, this is what it does. And the way I position it is, which is one of its values, is, look, if you're doing some work and something happens, okay, we can probably go back and see what was going on, so we can help you. If, for example, you're working on a document and your system crashes, then we can see where you're up to, because maybe there's certain key information you're taking from someone over the phone or dealing with it, and the system crashed. We can then go back and say, well, where were you up to? So we can then carry on from that point onwards. I think there's quite a few benefits. One of them is peace of mind. You know, just having that reassurance that you've got something there as a monitor. It's unfortunate, you know, we always try and trust people, but there is always going to be a small percentage, hopefully it's negligible, but a percentage of people who will abuse the system. And so it's those people that destroy morale within other people who, you know, when I hear somebody saying, oh, Johnny over there was, you know, wasting his time doing this, when that other person is working their, you know, their behinds off to get things done. So it really does help motivate teams as well, because they know that, you know, that you can't have anybody in the company who's just taking advantage of systems and doing things they shouldn't be doing. Over the years, I've faced a couple of challenges, and, you know, here and there I identified that there were potentially a few employees who were doing things that they weren't supposed to do. And to give you an example, I had a salesperson who's working for me, and this salesperson was not achieving target. Now, I was spending a lot of time on the road, and I thought, I wonder what this person is doing. You know, they're providing the reports, they're showing statistics to say how they're performing, but they just weren't performing. So one of the things I then did is I contacted you folks, looked at your solution, I found you on the web, and I thought, let's give this a go, because it's a great tool for helping us out. And what I then discovered when I came back from a business trip after deploying your software was that this person had actually been spending a considerable amount of time playing games on a computer. So when I sat down with this person and said, how are we doing against targets? What are you doing? How can I help you? She just sat back and said, everything's great, everything's going really good, but I knew there was something not right there. I then said, you know, we've got this great software, and here's what it does. Do you want to tell me any more about what you've been doing with your time? And she said, no, I've been pretty good, you know, making lots of calls. So I then showed her some screenshots of what she was doing, and I played back the video and said, look, here's what you've been doing. Her face fell to the floor, okay? She knew she had done wrong. She didn't deny it. I said, look, this has got to stop. You can't do this anymore. Until that time, I had suspicions. Okay, and just, you know, it's very difficult as a business owner to try and call somebody up just on suspicions. You need some hard facts. We're in an industry which is all about performance. It's all about managing performance. It's all about measuring it, and you have to trust employees. And when somebody lets you down like that, it makes you very suspicious. It really helps us as a business owner to make sure that we're getting the right people, and they're not wasting our time. They're not wasting our customers' time. They're actually performing at the level they should be performing.